Hi there.
Hi, welcome back to Curious Collection. I'm Will.
I'm Cinnamon.
So, we want to talk to you guys about an email that we got yesterday. And if you've sold on eBay for any amount of time, you've probably experienced this before. But if you haven't, then we kind of want to talk you through what's going on and what you need to do so that you can protect yourself. So, the email we got was titled, "We canceled a sale for your security." So, that buyers can cancel sales, right? If you're out of stock on something, the products may be damaged or something. Sellers can cancel, buyers can cancel sales. Maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they found a better price. Who knows? eBay can also cancel your sale. So this is typically resulting in some form of fraud, whether they're using a stolen credit card, or maybe they've bought a bunch of purchases and they didn't clear the bank. So I'm going to read the email and we'll talk about, what we can do. So they said, "We had a concern with a buyer's account. Hello, Curious Collection. We want to let you know that the bid for the listed below was canceled because of an issue with the buyer's account." And they go ahead and they list the item number and the description for 4 different items that were all purchased on this one transaction.
Yep.
This was about $200 in costume jewelry. Very nice pieces. All
Right.
named.
They were named. They were super nice pieces. One of them was a matching set of a necklace and the clip-on earrings. Really pretty, like Aurora Borealis rhinestones. They were everything that you look for in costume jewelry.
Right. And of course, the listing comes through, and I've got red flags coming off me
Because he does
left and right because I don't trust when I see this type of thing. But I mean, you looked at it and you're like, "Oh, they have excellent taste." So,
right.
sometimes we
and
do.
I do
those.
have great prices.
Right.
And then if you can also combine, the shipping and all of that, we have a discount if you buy, multiple pieces, you get a 10% discount.
They had about $200 in jewelry, and after all the discounts and everything, it was about $158. So they go on to state, "We understand that this must be disappointing, but unfortunately the buyer," and they give the buyer name, "is no longer registered on eBay, so we had to cancel all of their open transactions. Here's what you should do. Do not complete the sale or ship the item if you haven't done so yet." Okay, so this item, we received the email on Wednesday. They had purchased the item on Sunday, I believe. We shipped it out on Monday.
Right.
It took eBay 3 days to figure out that this was a fraudulent account, and they contacted us. So immediately we want to take action. This is not something you want to wait even an hour or two.
Yeah, it's super time sensitive because we've already shipped the packages.
Right. And again, if you are that top rated plus
you
customer,
have to.
then you have to ship things within 24 hours. So, and I'm a big advocate for shipping within 24 hours, but if you are the cautious person, maybe you're selling those super high-end items, it is going to be more common. If you're selling the better stuff, people will, especially something like jewelry, coins, where they could take it, flip it very quickly.
Yeah.
So it may be worth considering going to a longer shipping range. I'm not advocating for that, but as a seller, it's something you have to consider. So the next thing they go on to say is, "Do not communicate any further with this person." Okay, well, their account's already been closed by eBay. So if they were going to contact me, it would have to be through some type of outside channel or through a different account. So that right there, as a seller, I'm not going to be talking to them because they don't have my contact information personally. And if they attempted to contact me through another account, I would contact eBay and report that. So especially if they get in touch with you outside eBay. So my assumption is that they had a scam and they had probably tried to get some people to go off platform and get maybe their PayPal information or their bank account information. So if they request a payment or refund, do not send any money without contacting eBay first. If payment was processed, a refund has not been issued yet, just in case you've already shipped the item. So we did ship the item, and eBay did withdraw those funds from our account. And they withdrew those funds from the processed funds.
Right. Not the pending funds.
Not pending funds. They withdrew it from our processed funds. So if you're a day-to-day customer, this is something you need to be aware of. You may, if you had a big item that was canceled like this, that money's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. eBay took it back out. They said, no, the payment didn't clear. You can't keep it.
Yeah.
So the product's in the mail. We do not have it.
No. And it's a lot of inventory. It was,
Right.
like I said, it was 4 separate pieces. It was 2 separate pair of earrings, a necklace, and then a set of necklace and earrings together.
Okay. So they go on to say, if you've already sent the item, contact the shipper to find out if you can stop the delivery and have the item returned to you. Okay. So I want everybody to keep this in mind. You as a seller are responsible for all the fees associated with shipping at this point. Shipping it out is your responsibility. You're going to pay for that out of your pending funds, as well as returning the product back to you. eBay is not protecting us on this.
No.
So I went on this specific item to USPS, who we shipped it through, and I'm going to talk you guys through the process on how to do that yourselves.
Yeah, because I mean, it certainly can be confusing, and it, like, thank goodness I have him, because he's the shipping guru and he knows all the policies and stuff. Because it can be a very upsetting situation.
Yes.
So not only are we out the $200 sale, but now we're also out the return, the merchandise, the shipping, like, and adding a bunch more steps. Like, the whole situation is rather.
Right. So it goes on to state, the final bullet point here is, if your listing has ended, you can relist it.
Obviously, only if you have the item.
Right. So if they've contacted you before you've shipped it out, just go ahead and relist it. You're going to avoid that person like the plague.
Right. Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about blocking them, because eBay's already
blocked them. Right. They've already closed their account. So
it really surprises me that eBay is not protecting the sellers.
And it's really unfortunate. And, we talked about this last night when we got this email, is that it really doesn't feel right.
No.
They are not vetting these accounts
the
way that you really would hope. I would expect, if I walked into a department store, maybe a retailer, and I said, I'm going to write you a check, right? Because I worked in retail for 20 years. Did we take checks? Absolutely. Did I need to see your driver's license? Absolutely. Do I need a phone number? Absolutely. Right. I have multiple access points where I can cross-reference as who is the person I'm actually selling this product to. Right.
So at that point, you're taking on the onus of, vetting that person with their driver's license, their address, their, social security number, whatever it is that you're doing to verify that they are who they are and they have the funds available. You're taking on that onus. Well, with eBay, they're the ones creating the accounts. I feel, and again, it's just feels, that they should be taking on the onus for that, because they're the ones that are vetting these buyers.
Right. So they really do need to do a better job of vetting and determine that, these addresses that are being put in are legitimate addresses that, have some way of confirming that address actually exists and that it's registered to that account. There's a lot of different things. I know they love to do the guest. So, we don't freak out when somebody might have 1 or 2 feedback. It's very possible that they might not have any feedback. It's either a new person to the platform or they're operating as a guest account. But we still sell to those. I'm not going to cancel the order just because they don't have a lot history.
Of feedback.
Everybody starts out at 0. The problem is that they really don't appear in some of these cases to have vetted it at all. This person's address appears to be shipped to a commercial location, probably a freight forwarder taking it outside of the country. The freight forwarder doesn't know who they're dealing with on the other side of the transaction. eBay didn't know who they were dealing with. It could have been a stolen credit card. It could have been a fraudulent bank account. There's a lot of different things here. And in the meantime, as a seller, we're the ones that are under pressure. It's our product. It's our cost to get our product back.
It is. And then, of course, our margins are already so narrow.
Right.
that adding on these extra costs to those pieces, it really sucks. You know, we can
It
do
does,
it. It
and,
happens.
I
It's
mean,
part of doing business.
the reality
I suppose.
is that on these pieces now, that was basically our profit margin.
Yeah.
You know, we're really looking at, you know, the cost of shipping out, the cost of getting those items back.
A $17 bill on top of the shipping out,
Right.
and like all of it is
Right.
it's disappointing. It's
So,
certainly.
They go on to state, and remember, we're here to help, so please get in touch
Yeah.
if you have any questions. And then they have their help and contact tab there, and of course, that's just going to refer you further into
To the policies.
the help and contact policies.
Right.
It's not going to put you on the phone with
No.
customer service.
Because they don't care.
It's not going to resolve the situation. At this point, we need to gather some information from eBay on our seller tab, and we need to go to whoever we shipped with. So I'm going to talk about USPS because that's
Yeah.
who we use for 99.9% of our transactions. So to begin with, if you're going to file an intercept on a package, we need to first create a USPS account. So setting up that account, not hard at all. You can set it up for a business account. You can set it up for a household account. If you don't have it already, I compel you, get a USPS account. If you do ship priority or flat rate priority, it's a great way to get free packaging. So on our rack that we use every day for our shipping, we've got a couple hundred empty packages free from USPS. It's included with your shipping fee. So utilize that if you don't have that USPS account already.
And it's also nice because you do have those alerts that get sent to your email that says what is being shipped in and what's being shipped out. So that's kind of nice too.
Right. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to your USPS.com page. You can go to the main page. You're going to click on the tab that says send at the top, and all the way over far right bottom column, the last option you have is to now that I've done it, I can't see it, but it says to USPS package intercept. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. And then you can see on here, if you can pull up that page, that it says for a fee, USPS package intercepts lets the sender or recipient stop delivery or redirect a package, letter or flat, that is not out for delivery. So it's very important. Like I said, it's very time sensitive. We got this information last night on the tracking, because you're going to track the item. So the item has to have tracking on it. Ground advantage, priority. This is what we're talking about. If you put a stamp on that product, it's gone. You can't get it back.
But luckily the stamps are for less than $20. So hopefully that won't,
eBay, if you use the
to
eBay
intercept
system,
it is going to be
right. If you use eBay's, their standard envelope, it's also not trackable, right? So stamp or eBay standard envelope, you're not getting that package back. It's gone. You lost it. They just ripped you off.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, directions. You're going to follow through on these directions. How it works, they go ahead and explain that you need to first verify that your item is eligible. So you're going to enter your tracking of that package. Hopefully you've purchased the label on eBay or you have a record of that tracking number.
I would hope so. Whether it's eBay or whatever.
I mean, sometimes people take stuff to the post office.
And then they wouldn't have the tracking?
Tracking's on the receipt, but if you lose that receipt and you didn't add it to eBay. So again, it's very important. Keep that tracking information. Enter it with the product when you have it shipped, whether you're doing it at the office. I was just thinking
because it has that little thing on the corner that says the number of tracked packages. I mean, we're at 100% because everything we have is tracked. So I kind of just assumed that everybody just tracks everything.
But not everybody does. So again,
you should track stuff.
Very important. If you're taking it to the post office, you put that tracking number in. It's going to make your account look better.
It is.
And it's also going to give you the ability to go back and verify, did the product get delivered? Did it not get delivered?
There's too many times that we get people that are like, hey, haven't heard about my package yet. And then we have to look up the tracking number and see where it's at. And then sometimes call the local USPS and be like, hey, can you find this? We just did this last week.
So, and they are really good. When you call the local postmasters, they are very good.
Yeah.
So after submitting your request, so we've verified that the product is still in USPS possession and it is not on the truck for delivery.
Yes.
That is critical. The product that we're talking about was supposed to be delivered today.
Yeah, it was like, that was it.
12 hours.
We were so close to losing our package.
Right. So you're going to submit your request, and then so there's an Intercept fee that you're going to pay, and then the product is going to get returned back to you priority mail. Okay?
Like, you can do Crown Advantage. It's okay. We're in no rush.
But they don't.
No.
But they don't. That's not part of the service.
Nope.
It's going to be returned priority mail, and it's going to be at retail rates. So you're
no
not going to
eBay
get the discounted rate either. So on the 4-ounce package that we shipped out, it's going to cost us $17.50.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want people to be aware. That's on us. That is not eBay paying that.
And thank goodness it was a 4-ounce package, because that's what we ship is jewelry, right? So, if you're shipping bigger stuff, then you really have to work in the cost of that shipping also.
Yeah.
And then have to make that decision.
We did have this happen with a heavier item, and it was going to cost $25 to have the item brought back.
And it wasn't worth it.
$25.
So then, what do you do? Right. You're supposed to get it sent back to you, and it's going to cost you $25 on a $15 item. That doesn't make any sense. Right. You'll never be able to get your cost back at that point.
Right. So paying for the package Intercept, all intercepted items will be redirected as priority mail. You must pay the applicable priority mail postage, except when the item was originally sent using Priority Mail Express, Priority Mail, or First Class Mail. Okay, so they're going to upgrade you on shipping rates, is basically what they're telling you.
Thanks.
Important to remember, and this is the second bullet point, customers will not be charged if the shipment was not intercepted.
So they're not going to charge you that $17 if they weren't able to get a hold of it, which is great. So at least you're not out the additional shipping charge if they couldn't.
Right.
If they couldn't.
So I just want to be very clear. $17 is what we're paying.
Right.
On a 4-ounce package. That it changes based on the weight of the product and dimensions. So there is a link to the price Intercept on the page. You can click on it. It'll give you an idea, or you can follow the process through, and it's going to pull up a credit card payment screen. You're going to enter that, and they're going to tell you approximately how much it's going to cost. It's not an exact number. If they get the item back to the post office and they weigh it and it isn't what you had put in the system,
then they'll make those adjustments.
They will make the adjustments, and they're going to charge that to your card. So again, retail and commercial customers can also purchase additional services for the Intercept package. So you can also add signature required, or signature restricted delivery, signature confirmation, or additional insurance. So again, if you want insurance on that product coming back, it had insurance going on it, you have to pay insurance coming back as well. So you have to determine what's eligible by putting in the tracking number. It's going to pull up a screen. It's going to tell you whether it's eligible or not. So that's the most important part of this is it too late? So if on these scam accounts, they're really trying to get the item quickly so that you don't have that recourse.
Yeah, which is probably why they're seeking out businesses that have that next day shipping policy so that they can get the item before they get caught.
Right. So it says what's not eligible. So USPS marketing mail. Most of us eBay sellers aren't utilizing marketing mail. But if you are doing bulk marketing with products like periodicals and you have the special permit, you cannot get those items redirected. Chances are most of us on eBay aren't using periodical or bulk mail. The next thing is items addressed to commercial mailing receiving agency.
So that would be like one of those
forwarders.
Yeah.
So if it was sent to a freight forwarder from USPS, so I'm not talking about like this situation that we have. I'm talking about something that is legitimate within the USPS system. So USPS will sometimes forward things through the system for, say, international orders.
Gotcha. So because we weren't shipping it to an international.
Or sometimes they'll actually contract with FedEx. So once it's gone on to that next step beyond the USPS system, they don't have any recourse to bring it back.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Next thing is items redirected to a P.O. box. So if you have a P.O. box, do not redirect it back to your P.O. box. Okay? Send it back to your home or your business. They will not send it back to a P.O. box.
That's good to know.
Okay. Non-mailable items. Items with surface-only transport markings, such as label 127, surface mail only, or items bearing the hazardous materials markings, such as consumer commodity ORMD. So
well, that's
I
important
have
to know
sold
too. Yeah.
some items like matches,
Snow globes,
propane, perfume. All of these things are supposed to be carrying some type of hazardous material, ground-only shipping. Those items are not eligible to be redirected. USPS doesn't even want to carry them on their trucks.
If you go into the post office, they're going to be like, no, we don't do that. Nope, sorry, you can't do that here. And he's like, but I read the policy on the online. So and they're like,
if you're familiar with it, you know that some of these items can be shipped with ground only. Please make yourself aware of what those shipping procedures are. Protect the carriers. Protect, these great people out there doing this hard work.
We love our mailman.
Yeah.
We love our mailman so much.
We've seen some stuff come in with, maybe some goo on it or something that is leaked in shipment. And why would somebody do this?
Yeah.
Don't ship things improperly. Double, triple bag, whatever is required. They do have a link finally on the bottom about what's hazardous material to help you as a resource. So if you're unfamiliar with that on how to ship those types of things that you have, use the resource, and those are not eligible to come back. So I hope that we've shined a little light on this. There's not a lot of resources out there that I found that really talk you through the process and really explain what's going on. It can be very scary.
Absolutely.
And very frustrating. I'm not happy. We paid, say $6 or $7 to have this product shipped out. Now we're paying another $17 to have it brought back.
And we lost the sale. So that's just an additional $25 on the cost of the items. Well, that's absurdity. For 5 items to have an additional $25. So I can't up the price by $5 on every item.
Right. What I would like to see is eBay or other platforms take responsibility for this. Don't push it back on the little guy. Don't push it back on us.
Yeah.
We pay, you had the numbers up there earlier. We pay 12 to 15% transaction fees on everything that we sell. eBay is very happy to take those fees, but when stuff like this comes up, they're gone. They've disappeared. Oh, don't, you take care of it. It's on you.
Yeah.
With regard to international orders, if there's a problem, eBay will absorb the cost on that.
Right.
And I really think that this is an area that eBay is very much lacking and really should come through and help out the seller.
Yeah, I was very surprised. When he started reading the email that they canceled this item and, for fraudulent account, I thought for sure it was going to say that you don't have to do anything. We're going to take care of it. I genuinely thought that's what the email was going to say, that eBay was going to eat it because, it was their bad. They didn't vet the person. So it really was a disappointment when I thought that they were going to take care of it and they didn't.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I've heard of this happening with other sellers as well. And again, it's typically those higher value items that people can monetize very quickly. Gold, silver, cash, high-end luxury products. For the most part, we tend to stay away from those because the risks are there. And you go buy a luxury brand product, you're going to pay up for it. And so you're
Yeah.
going to have a slightly smaller margin on that product than say maybe something that's a lower value item, less fraud, less risk of fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But it's sad, but these types of things may start to increase.
well, and that's another reason I really wanted to do this video is
Mm-hmm.
because I think that, so what I'm seeing on the ones that we've had a handful. The people are typically using a fraudulent address or they're using a freight forwarder. So they're not having it shipped to them personally. They're having it shipped to a third party where they can then collect the goods
Mm-hmm.
without getting caught. Uh, a lot of times they're based outside of the US. So as economics kind of get tougher internationally, you know, we do have a kind of a moderate economy right now in the US, but there's certain regions in the world that are really under pressure right now.
Mm-hmm.
And as those pressures continue to build, we're going to see more and more of this fraud, I'm afraid.
So at least now you have a little bit more of an idea as to what to expect if you receive this email from eBay that says that they've,
Right.
they've got this fraudulent account. So these are the steps that you can take to kind of help yourself.
Right. It's going to be a little costly, but at least for us, we'd rather get our merchandise back
In this instance, for sure.
than lose $200 of merchandise. So I hope the video was helpful for you guys. If you are not a regular viewer of ours, please like and subscribe. And if you are, or if you're not, it doesn't matter.
We appreciate you guys
We appreciate
so much.
you guys being here. And, if this has happened to you, if you've had this email, and if you've followed through on the process, leave a comment down below. So I do just want to add a little bit of a follow-up on this. It slipped my mind. I did receive an email this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I filed the report last night with USPS. I did receive an email this morning. It says that they did intercept the package and it's on its way back.
Yes,
so,
thank goodness it's coming back to us. So at
Yeah.
least we'll get our products back, and then we'll be able to relist them and get them resold.
Right.
So
we're not going to do a video on Monday being the holiday. So
Mm-hmm.
this will be our video for next week. And we appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Good luck to you out there.